Hey everybody, welcome back. One of my goals for 2019 was to try a bunch of new brands of products I've never tried before, and I'm so happy to have the extra funds from my Patreon to give me a little wiggle room to try things that I normally wouldn't purchase for myself. One of those things is Olaplex number 3. Let's take a look. This is a take-home product from Olaplex. And this is the original Olaplex Hair Perfector number 3, which repairs and strengthens all hair types. This is a 100 ml bottle and it retails for 38 Canadian dollars. It says to use it before shampooing. It is not a conditioner, it's a bond builder. You can use it 1 time per week, or if you have damaged hair 2 or 3 times per week. You apply it on damp, towel-dried hair. And just put a generous amount from scalp to ends until it is thoroughly saturated. Leave it on for a minimum of 10 minutes, but longer if desired. Rinse from your hair, shampoo, and condition as required. For more info, check out their website. Here's a look at the ingredients. And I was able to purchase this at Sephora here in Canada. Well, Sephora's website here in Canada. This is a bond builder. A bond builder for your hair. What does that mean? You know, for a regular beauty consumer like me who doesn't have any background in chemistry or much of science since like high school, it's really hard to figure out what brands are trying to sell you in a scientific way, and it's really hard to like draw your own conclusions. You can look for scientific papers if so inclined and you have access to a journal, but like good luck reading them. Like it's really tough. So unless a brand is like kind of dumbing it down for you, it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on. But at the same time, that's the brand explaining it to you, right? And they might be like manipulating it in a way that makes it sound better than maybe it really is. Luckily for us here on YouTube, there is a woman by the name of Lab Muffin, and she is a professional in chemistry. Yes, actual chemist. I think she's out of Australia. And she has actually done an entire review on Olaplex, which I would recommend you check out here. Not only does she like color her hair and use and experiment with these products, but she is able to get a much better grasp of what the brands are claiming to do and kind of like explaining it in a way that we can understand. So I will give you the TLDR of her video here before we go on. So here's what she says. She also has a blog, which I would also really recommend checking out. But the short story is, I'm quoting from her blog here, the 2 ends of biaminopropyl diglycol dimaleate form bonds with the sulfurs, making an artificial extended disulfide bridge. So theoretically, we should be getting a disulfide bridge. So a new disulfide link is formed between the 2 sulfurs, making the hair stronger. She does say this is probably limited to damage that you would get from coloring your hair. And she also goes on to say that there are no published independent scientific trials or papers that you can go out and look at. All there are out there are like before and afters from consumers and hair professionals. So really, theoretically it can work. She's like backing up that like what they're saying is theoretically true. But like, does it actually work? It's a little bit harder to say, right? Until we've got some more independent studies. So let me do my own independent study here. As you guys know, I dyed my hair a while ago, and after dyeing my hair, I went in and used Olaplex number 3. I've been using it for, I think I've used it about 3 times so far, and my bottle is about half full. So 38 Canadian dollars, you get maybe 6 weeks of product in this. Personally, that's steep enough that if I wasn't coloring my hair, I like could not afford to use it on a regular basis. I would say my weakest hair is the stuff behind my neck, which is really weird. It's like up against my body and it's always breaking. There's some smaller parts. I just feel like it's not as strong or as healthy as like the top of my hair. Maybe that's because I wear wool scarves occasionally. I don't know exactly what is causing the damage back there. But that's like my big area of concern for my hair. Everywhere else is pretty darn good, aside from like the overall damage that I would get from just dyeing my hair. So let's go ahead and use it out as like a weekly maintenance routine here. I'm going to start out with damp hair. I've read that it won't work unless your hair is damp, so it's really important that you dampen your hair. This is, by the way, the best hairspray. It's like a mister. It like you do one tiny squeeze and it really mists your hair a lot. If you have thick hair and you use a regular squeeze bottle, it's no fun. So I actually learned about this from, I think, Alyssa Ashley or her sister Arnell on YouTube. And I would really recommend you pick one up as well. They're just from Sally Beauty. I'm going to make sure my hair is damp all over. I've read some places that you should have clean hair before you apply it to get the maximum results. But according to the bottle and according to Sephora, unwashed hair is just fine. I've also read that after you apply it, it basically isn't active after like an hour or so of being on your hair. But then you also read that some people like to leave it on their hair overnight, which I feel like it's not a leave-in. You use it before you shampoo and condition. So if you know you're going to be washing your hair the next day, it's a great like overnight thing to just put on a shower cap to help keep everything nice and damp and just kind of like forget about it. That's how I've been using it. Alright, so I think my hair is damp enough now. Now I'm just going to apply the Olaplex to my hands. It really looks like kind of a more runny conditioner. It's got a smell, but it's not like scented, I don't think. It's just, I don't know, chemical smell. But it's not unpleasant at all. It's fine. I've also read that like if you color your hair and you lose some of your natural curl from the chemical process, especially like bleaching your hair, this stuff is good for getting that natural curl back. I don't think my hair is a great test of that because my hair is not especially curly and I'm not that great at styling it. Cover my whole hair. I use about 3 of these big dollops and then just spend some time finger combing it all through. And then I forgot to bring it over, but I will just grab a shower cap and let that marinate on my head for overnight usually. But like they say, the minimum you need to leave it on is for 10 minutes. So I do have to go to work later today, so I'm just going to let this sit on my hair for about an hour. Then I'll rinse it out, shampoo, condition as usual. I'm actually going to diffuse it today because it's like -50 here in Alberta, Canada. Not even joking. And I don't want to dye or like have my hair break off like in Cool Runnings. I will be back to like finish styling my hair after this treatment, so I will be right back. Alright, so I've showered, I washed and conditioned my hair, and then I let it plop for the last little while I did my makeup. So now I'm going to diffuse my hair and get it as dry as possible before I have to go to work. And before it's completely dry, I'm going to actually add a little bit of mousse. I found, surprise, surprise, that wavy hair does really well with mousse. Took me a little while to come around to it. But I'm going to put a big ball of mousse in my hair. Alright, that's enough diffusing for me. I hate diffusing my hair. I hate blow drying my hair. It's my least favorite task. But that kind of gives me a head start on not having wet hair all day. And aside from the diffusing, that's generally what I do when I use Olaplex, except for I just let it fully air dry. I do think that especially immediately after dyeing my hair, it really helped to like you know, I feel like you just kind of have to know what like unhealthy hair feels like, where it's kind of like smushy and like sticks together, and it's just not at all silky or nice, especially like you can tell when it's wet. I feel like it really helped get rid of that feeling and got my hair back to feeling nice and silky and smooth. I think now that I'm just using it as like a routine maintenance, that it's a lot harder to tell if it's actually doing anything. Well, I think my hair is in really good shape right now. That could just be from not having dyed my hair in a few weeks as well, right? Or my regular deep conditioning treatments or hair masks, you know, it's really hard to say what actually is improving it. Although potentially this could be doing something. How's that for a good review? In summary, I'm gonna give Olaplex I think a 3 out of 5. I definitely think it does give a noticeable result after you dye your hair, but I'm not too sure it's necessary, especially at the price, for a weekly treatment to keep your hair in good condition. Maybe for me this would be more of like a monthly thing, if that's even like worthwhile doing, I don't know. But I really can't see myself repurchasing a bottle unless I was coloring my hair again. I think that especially if you dye your hair at home, which can be really cost saving compared to a salon, especially when you get all your dyes and developers at Sally Beauty Supply. If you want to know how I dye my hair at home, you can check up this video here. A lot of the times I'm only dyeing just my one little gray patch as well. I'm not doing an overall dye, and I think that is probably most likely when I would use this again. Like, I don't think I'm going to keep using it up weekly. I think I'm going to give it a break because I'm not too sure if it's doing anything, and just save it for times that I do dye my hair. I think $38 as a part of a at-home coloring treatment is actually a really good price, and I think a worthy investment, and I will take the gamble that maybe it's doing something, maybe it's not doing something. You know, at worst, it's just another like conditioning treatment that I'm applying to my hair after a coloring treatment. So, you know, that's okay for me. That is my look at Olaplex. That is a complicated review. I feel like it's a very nuanced thing to review, like a lot of beauty and skincare are, but we don't really like approach it in that, you know, is it doing anything way? Because it's just so hard to. It's much easier to be like, I'm noticing these results and it seems to be working for me. But if you are more interested in beauty science, I would check out Lab Muffin and the Beauty Brains. They run a podcast. It's really interesting on they kind of debunk beauty related myths. Let me know what you think about Olaplex down in the comments below. Have you tried it? Are you avoiding it? I've heard some conspiracy theories that also, like, even on Makeup Alley, that there's paid good reviews for this product. So I was really happy, I guess, to find out that Lab Muffin did give it a thorough look and said there might be some potential there. Otherwise, I really wouldn't have purchased it at all. I would have just like looked right past it. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe down here for more beauty related content from me. I do new beauty and hair related videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And of course, a huge thank you to my patrons who help bring these videos to you, and especially Olaplex number 3. Huge shout out to you for watching, and with that, I will see you all in my next beauty video. Bye guys!